All right. There we go.
Man, it is always so weird to watch her.
There we go.
Right?
You know what? I caught myself. I know. Sorry, Sam. Sorry. My bad.
You know, I take a little break from the show, and this is what happens. He's like, I don't know if I should click the buttons. If I'm here, I'm clicking.
All right.
But then again, in your defense, right before the show, I shut down the whole thing, and I just disappeared. So I'm going to disappear now.
That's why the song came on, off, then came back on. But I will tell you, JC, during that whole song, I was like kind of doing this to it, dude. Because you guys, I bet you guys put on a great concert. Huh?
I'm sorry. What was that?
I said I bet you guys put on a great concert.
Oh man, as much as I love singing, I would call myself a performer all day long. I love being on stage and being able to express myself, just how the music moves me. Like when I see people standing just completely still, statuesque on stage, I'm like, how do y'all do that? Because I probably need to. Like I can't take it for tell me they hate me. They're like, I can't get a good picture of you, and I'm like.
I mentioned it to Sebastian. I said, you want to see a great live performer, and that's JC. She doesn't stay in one spot. I just got a quick question for you. How do you contort your body like that on stage? Do you wait for the photographer to come before you contort yourself that way? Because there's been some positions of yourself. I'm like, that doesn't even look comfortable to hold that position long enough. Yeah, so the back bend.
To hold and know that I'm going to bend all the way backward because it's a cool photo op.
I do want to say thanks to the people who are commenting. Dawn's in here and Sharon's in here. And we got some other people that were commenting on your video, thinking that it was super awesome. And dude, I mean, that song is fucking badass. What is your favorite thing to see as a performer, singer, songwriter in a metal band, rock band, if you will, kind of metal, rock, hard rock,
whatever you want
to call it, right? What's your favorite thing to see on stage looking down at the audience? Is it the mosh pit or is it the people moving?
From like my perspective, looking out into the audience.
Yep.
I just love when people sing along and you can tell that it means something to them. Like there's so many videos, if you look, of me freaking crying on stage because I cannot handle it. I'm an absolute woman in that regard. Like I see people sing along stuff and like where I was at the time to see other people like sing it right back to me. It just hits me right in my feels. Really does.
That has to feel good. That has to feel good. Anybody input on that?
Yeah.
Do I?
We have a ballad, Scars of You. And like, I was so nervous put it out because I was like, I don't even think people want a song like this from us, but I have to try because I've always wanted to do a song like that. And so when we play that song live, to hear everybody singing it louder than I can hear myself in my ears is just wild. And I'm so glad that we took a risk and decided to do a song like that. It just is all the validation in the world to trust your gut and do what feels authentic too.
Yeah, for sure. For me, we are not nearly big enough.
No, I'm saying just any follow up on that question. I'll say follow up on that question. And you know what? I asked what I want. I asked what I want to ask, and you guys got to deal with it.
Well, first of all, you got Ava's tired tonight. I could tell she is exhausted today. A long day at work, and then Sebastian, you got to understand, she wasn't. You have to make the answer clear. She was texting me earlier today, and I swear, if I read you these texts, you'd be like, "What is he saying?" I thought you were day drinking early.
Me?
I thought you were drinking at work
all day.
Why do you think I asked you? Do you want me to download this? And you're like, no, I can download.
I was having issues with my email, dude.
Oh, okay. You texted me.
So, like, maybe wait for after the show after this.
Mommy and Daddy are fighting. Ava, knock it off.
Leave us alone. No, I was going to ask something else, and I totally forgot. Okay, I won't ask this. I'll move on to new material. I knew you guys weren't able to play festivals, obviously, in 2020, and I'm surprised Lollapalooza went on. I saw that on Hulu Live. I've been kind of watching that.
Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on that pretty closely. Just like trying to get hype for shows to come. Like I've been seeing so many of my friends like starting to play shows again too. And I'm like, oh yes, let me get in there. I'm ready. It's so awesome to see everybody getting back doing what they love. And you can tell that everybody has like a different appreciation for it now.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
I could just like performance that everyone's just having fun. Everyone's just grateful for people to be there watching. It's I'm ready. Let's go.
Dawn asks, what is your favorite song to perform live?
Oh, okay. Probably we have a song called Another Bar Fight in Brooklyn. That's always been my favorite to perform. It's just really high energy. Okay. The crowd always goes ape shit for it. I see the dumbest shit in the audience, like people just like rowing, people pushing each other, people jumping on top of stuff. And energy, give it back. But that's probably I do tell them to do that. I'm like, let me see some stupid shit. Like, what's the dumbest thing you can think of? Let me see it, and they will. They'll do it. They will do it.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ava.
What made you want to get started in music in the first place?
I've been a fan of music literally as long as I can remember. I remember I did an interview before where I talk about. I remember being in first grade on the first day of school, and we had to fill out like a get to know you questionnaire so you can like get acquainted with your classmates, and it said favorite TV show, and I wrote the Grammys. and they're like, that's not a TV show, and I'm like, well, I like the music award shows, and they're like, those aren't TV shows though. But that was my favorite thing. I always gravitated to music, but it wasn't until I saw Gwenny in No Doubt that I was like, oh, so I can do that?
Right.
Forever.
Yeah, and your computer is kind of cutting out.
Oh yeah.
Just a little tiny bit, but it is still better than the phone. What?
I was like, you guys are cutting out a little bit too.
Oh yeah. No, it's probably just a weird bad connection all around. I do want to ask you before we get off here. Dawn ask, so who are you looking for to perform live since venues are opening back? That's to you, JC.
Oh God, goodness. And it's probably just because they announced a tour today, but I am so ready to see A Day to Remember again. They are my favorite band, say what you will, but I love them so much. And they're another one of like my biggest inspirations as far as bands go. So I am dying to see them again.
Let's go.
What was that?
Yeah, man.
Wait, you guys don't know that song? You two probably don't know that song.
Maybe not when it's coming out of your mouth.
Let's go.
Well, it actually goes da 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 da
Just
da 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 da
to defend yourself.
That's what it sounds like to me.
You know, JC knows what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just giving you shit.
Oh, there's the show.
There you go. That's it. No more.
All right, we are actually going to wrap this up right now. JC, let's ask you about merchandise website. Do you have? You guys, I think you do have a website. I went on the website earlier. You got a bunch of music videos on there.
Yep. You can go to alightdivided.com. It links you to all of our socials. It links you to ticket links for all of our upcoming shows, which are coming back. And merch, Spotify, all the things. A Light Divided, you'll find us. We're pretty hoish.
That is, and merchandise. Where can you find your merchandise?
She just said.
Same thing. alightdivided.com. To the merch store.
I was reading the comments. Sam was looking at the comments. I started looking at the comments. My bad.
You know, I'll plug it more than once. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, plug it all you want to.
And then who you heading out on tour with this Wednesday?
We're playing with Alisana and Picturesque at Cat's Cradle on Wednesday, and I'm so stoked for that. It's the 10-year anniversary tour of their album, The Emptiness, which I was a super fangirl of. So I'm very excited about that. And I've been a fan of Picturesque for years, but never saw them live. So that's very exciting. We have a couple of shows coming up the rest of the month, the 3rd or the 12th through the 15th of August. One of which is in Delaware with our super good friends in Varsity and Awake at Last. So I'm really stoked to see those guys and to catch up with them and have like a little powwow reunion. So that'll be fun. And then in October, we are going out with our friends in the Almas and doing like a 2-week run of like sort of like the Midwest area, which I'm really excited about. So it's kind of like one show, dip your toes in the water for 4 shows. And then we're doing 2 weeks just to kind of get back into the swing of things, just, you know, get our sea legs back a little bit. Cause, you know, man, I don't know how the voice is going to do after not singing, you know, nightly like that. So I'm like, everybody cut singers some slack when we sound like shit on night.
Plus, you got to build your stamina back up, right? Like your energy. You're bouncing around on stage like that.
No lie. I run our set in my bedroom, just dancing to it so that I'm prepared.
You know, it'd be super fun to see you guys, your band play with Awake at Last. That band's also a super fun band. They were on the show, Ava. You were on that episode with me.
We did it with Yeah, we had so much fun on tour with them at the beginning of 2020. That was the last tour that we did before the pandemic, and they're super professional. They put on a great show every night. They get the fans so hype, and I could not ask for, you know, a greater bunch of dudes to like have the last tour memories with. Those guys are great. And
that's so awesome.
Like literally, me and my bandmates were in the audience singing up front with the fans every night. Like we're genuine fans of the band, so we're really happy they asked us to come out with them for a couple of days. And we're definitely to do this show on the 13th.
Sharon said, "Lick a friend, buy some merch." Sharon, and you said earlier, Sam's at a bar now. I don't know what I haven't been drinking. I'm nice.
She also said that I'm stoned.
Yeah, she also said that you're stoned. Yeah, and she said something about voice titties. Oh, tats titties together. Well, so
that's Sharon for you.
Yeah. And then
we have a Sharon, you know.
Yeah, we have a Sharon.
Better than a Karen.
Open your wallet and legs. I love that.